Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
New at 10, a handcuffed 20-year-old man sank to the bottom of the lake, and a state cost-cutting measure may have led to his death.
Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes tells us how many officers are asking for changes. But Chris, the ones that are asking for changes, you say fear retribution.
Yes, and even though this story happened Memorial Day 2014, there was no federal investigation, no charges, only questions. Friends snapped this final picture of Brandon Ellingson before Highway Patrol Trooper Tony Piercy arrested him for suspicion of boating drunk after he left Coconuts Bar. A patrol boat captured Trooper Piercy explaining why Ellingson was dead.
He was being real nice and cooperative. It wasn't like we were fighting or arguing. Sore from treading water with the bastard, but I just was spit. Damn, I thought I could ran a marathon.
Piercy hints that maybe Ellingson jumped.
I probably wasn't even doing 10 miles an hour, and then he just went over the edge. And I can't say 100% for sure if he did it on purpose or if it was the weight.
GPS technology later revealed the trooper's boat at one point was going more than 4 times that speed, 43.7 miles an hour. Witness Larry Marrow said he was running 32 miles per hour when Trooper Piercy passed him. Later, he saw Ellingson struggling in the water, a life vest floating away.
But he never bent over and never did anything. He stayed in that position for what I would say 10 seconds, maybe something like that, and let the boat drift away from him.
The witness said he had no idea Ellingson was handcuffed. Trooper Piercy spoke to his colleague, Sergeant Randy Henry. Henry documented the conversation for the Highway Patrol.
They're going to want full transparency on this thing. So we need to ask ourselves, did he use the highest degree of care here?
According to that interview, Trooper Piercy handcuffed Ellingson and brought him to the middle of his boat where he leaned against a seat.
He told me he'd put the Type 3 on the guy after he was handcuffed.
This is what it would look like to put a Type 3 life jacket on someone handcuffed. Sergeant Henry said he challenged Piercy about this, and we demonstrated why. Obviously, the jacket shoots to the surface. Henry said he questioned.
So how come he didn't grab the Type 1 that was sitting next to the kid's feet or his leg? Because I was just in a hurry.
This is what happens with a Type 1 jacket when someone cannot use their arms. Just how did Ellingson go overboard? Trooper Piercy admitted he hit a giant wave when
He turned his back to me, and I don't know if he tried to stand up or what, but he just went.
makers. He had concerns about training for Highway Patrol troopers who were put on the water.
The training for the part-time help, we may go a week and train a day or two with the guy, skip a week or two, train again. It was inconsistent training.
Several sources tell me officers lost weeks of critical training after Governor Jay Nixon merged Highway Patrol with Water Patrol in 2011. It's what put Trooper Tony Piercy on the Lake of the Ozarks. Highway Patrol won't answer my questions about Piercy's training, but former Water Patrol Lieutenant Eldon Wolf testified about training in general after the merger, telling the committee, quote, 47 out of for other emergencies.
You all have seen the Ferguson civil unrest. We had more officers that we were able to send there because of the merger under one unified command. I don't know how you put a dollar amount on some of those things.
Meanwhile, Brandon Ellingson's family in Iowa wants accountability.
Anthony Piercy, who was responsible for my son's death, he was not trained properly, and he's the sole result why Brandon's not here. And you know, that needs to be addressed, and it needs to be reopened, and he needs to be charged with manslaughter. If I did it, you did it, we'd be in trouble.
Trooper Tony Piercy faces no criminal charges, and he remains working out of Troop F as a road officer. Sergeant Henry, who questioned Piercy's actions, was transferred an hour and a half away from his home.
Chris, did they ever find out if Ellingson was in fact intoxicated at the time?
They did. Blood tests showed about 3 times the legal limit. Sergeant Henry also questioned Piercy if the trooper considered if anybody else on that boat was drunk, and he said that Piercy told him, he simply asked, who's sober enough to operate the boat, and let that person drive off.
Well, it's a haunting story. Hopefully it leads to some positive changes. Thank you, Chris.
Missouri trooper fired over Lake of the Ozarks drowning death. Posted 8:27 p.m., December 15, 2017, by Chris Hayes and staff writer, updated at 8:26 p.m., December 15, 2017. Columbia, MO, the Missouri State Highway Patrol has fired a trooper in connection with the 2014 death of a handcuffed man who fell out of the trooper's boat. Brandon Ellingson, 20, died in May 2014 while in the custody of State Trooper Anthony Piercy. Ellingson had been arrested on the Lake of the Ozarks for suspicion of boating under the influence and arrested. Trooper Piercy handcuffed Ellingson and placed a life jacket over him. However, an improper vest was used and not properly secured. A wave threw Ellingson from the boat and the life vest came off. Ellingson, still in handcuffs, was unable to keep himself afloat and he drowned. Piercy avoided a trial for involuntary manslaughter by pleading guilty in June to misdemeanor negligent operation of a vessel. He was sentenced in August to just 10 days in jail and 2 years of supervised probation. Ellingson's family has long believed Piercy to be responsible for Brandon's death.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County COPWATCH with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is if I got some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head, help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.